Hello. It's New Year's Eve and I'm so excited and I'm just walking back into my bedroom and I'm putting my headphones in. Hi guys. Ooh. Hope you all had a great Sunday. I did. And I hope I listed this. I think I listed it. I got on here earlier today than usual. Oh, I got a thumbs up. No views, but a thumbs up. Hi, whoever's viewing. I got on here particularly early today because it's New Year's Eve and I'm going out. So I won't be around this evening. But I wanted to get on and say hi and do my nightly or my weekly thing with y'all. So, hi, whoever is there, go ahead and comment. Let me know who you are. Let me know that you're there and what's what with you. Y'all like my twistises? My twistises and my necklace that I got for my birthday. I love it. My friend Kiki sells paparazzi jewelry online. I think I told y'all about her last week, and she was selling something for a friend of ours. No, I might not have told y'all about this. I think I might have vlogged it, and I still need to edit it. But anyway, hi Carolyn, Happy New Year's.
Hey, Happy New Year. How y'all doing? You having good holidays?
They're looking at
I
you.
have a question for you.
For
Not
me,
you,
okay.
her.
Here's a question for me.
Hey, um, how many of the Tips Treats cookies have you had?
2. Ha! How many are left?
There's 5 left, but the kids have only each had 1, so
Oh, so how many are there per person?
3.
Okay, so I still get 1 then. I wasn't about to do that math in my head. Tanya says hi, Eric. I knew Tanya was gonna say hi because Tanya's good at saying hi whenever I show
How
y'all.
you doing?
He says hi, Tanya. How you doing? You want them to see your face
No.
again? I'm already
Hey.
showing you.
Hi.
See how cute he is? He's so cute,
Bye.
y'all. My dresser has the leftovers of last week's sickness. You see the medicine bottle? Y'all stop looking at my dresser. You're good. I'll tell him. Juanita, bless you. Thank you. Happy New Year to you. Y'all, I'm on here way earlier, and I wonder if people are going to be like, wait, she usually gets on between 6:30 and 7:30. And you know what? I just wasn't good at communicating that. But it occurred to me that we're leaving. We're leaving at like 7:15. And that last stretch of time before we go, I don't want to be on here trying to do my live stream while I'm also, getting ready to go. Although I'm not doing much. I mean, to get ready to go, I'm going to basically put my shoes on, maybe reapply my lipstick, and go. But yeah, we're going to a friend's house, Eric's former colleague from Starbucks. She has a New Year's deal every year, and so, well, the last 2 years anyway. So we're going to go over there. Let me know, by the way, if this is making scratchy noises. I don't want it to be brushing up against my sweater, and I can't hear it while I'm doing the live stream, but I don't want that to be the case for you guys who are listening, okay? And also because it will stay like that on the recording. I feel like a snow beast right now. Like this is so bright, there's a glare coming up off of my sweater. when I when I take off my glasses, maybe is it better? No, it's all the brown and black. Oh well, I might as well put my glasses on so I can see. But do y'all like my mini twists? They're not so many. They're not that many, but they're many in comparison to what I've done lately. And y'all, I don't know if you've been seeing my pictures on Instagram, but my hair grew. Like I a while back decided I was just through with protective styles for a while because I felt like I hit a growth plateau and I just wasn't getting any more length. I was at mid back length and it didn't seem like it was going much further. So I kind of, was like, well, I'm gonna start twist out and braid outs then. And I did that for like a year, maybe a couple of years. And then the last year, maybe year and a half, I've really been just rocking puffs. Like, what? My twist out is busted now? Time for a puff. What? My braid out is busted? Time for a puff. What? My roller set is done? Time for a puff. So in a bunch of my pictures, I've had puffs. If you look at my on my Instagram, my best 9 pictures for the year, like most of them have me with a puff of some sort. Hi Pamela, Happy New Year to you. So I did not really think that I was going to be getting much growth because my hair was out, not protected. However, in a puff, it wasn't being manipulated. And I also wasn't washing nearly as much. Like I was super delinquent in washing, like maybe once every 6 weeks. Sometimes 8 weeks. I was that delinquent. I was thinking the other day, wow, I can count on my hands the number of times. I mean, if I do that, I could like count on my hands the number of times within a year almost that I wash my hair. bruh. But anyway, y'all, I totally got hand and hair syndrome today because when I took it out and started twisting it the other day, I was like, look, you're grown up. Look at how much it is. That's right, I said it. Look, grown up. I feel so proud. What do y'all think? I mean, yes, I have on a sweater, and no, this is not a good plan. This is like the worst plan, definitely against best practices as far as having natural hair rubbing up against the sweater, but I'm okay with that. Hey, Lisa. Wow, right? Right? I'm so proud. I'm so excited. So yeah, it grew. The back was hitting like 16 inches. And hey, Happy New Year to you, Lisa. And my back was averaging, I was fighting between like 12 to 14 inches, trying to get it past that. Mm-mm. And this is when I was washing every single week, every Saturday, and retwisting. And that was a lot of manipulation. But back then I was doing a lot of protective styles. And I was hardcore Kimmy too, protective style, ultra moisturizing. And I did it. And I actually do think that's a good method, especially, I think, I don't know, for me, it worked at a different stage. I feel like once I hit mid back length, though, my hair was like, yeah, I'm done with this. So, also, I don't know if it had to do with the hair that had been growing when I was in Atlanta. And then when I left Atlanta and got to Israel, that hair was breaking off. I don't know. My hair grew super intensely in Atlanta. And felt like it kind of bottomed out in Israel. But when I came back to the States, I don't know, in the last like 2 years, it's growing again. I don't know if that's the climate, the humidity, the access to better products. I wonder if I go back, I'm going to have to either bring an arsenal with me or find some other stuff there. Hopefully, there'll be an industry there by then. Who knows? But y'all, it grew. I mean, I picked up like 2 inches in the back from what the longest in the back generally was. And I had to fight to keep it at that 14 inches. And I gained like two more. And the sides grew, the front grew to like 20 inches. The sides were like 18, 19. My hair is never all one length. The top, which was usually about 18, was still around 18, 19. So it didn't grow as much. But everything else totally collected length. And I was like, can you collect length? Added length, held on to length, whatever. Anyway, I was pleased. I was pleased. So I twisted it up. I did blow dry it, not like a hard blow dry, but I just kind of did a kind of cooler, hold out the section and blow it and let it dry like that after I had put all of my products on that I wanted on there, my leave-in conditioner and my curl and style milk and my coconut oil. So after that, I kind of put it in twist and went to bed. Then the next morning, I held each section of the twist and just kind of blew it out. And then I twisted those sections. And this is what I'm left with. I put it up today for church to kind of do a little something with it because I didn't want to look, my hair is not thick. It's pretty fine. No, it's like an average medium density, but it's not thick. So it looks fine, and it especially looks thinned out when you have twists like this. So excuse me, y'all. I wanted to put it up somehow and just do a little something with it, and I'll be messing with it over the weeks because it's gonna be in here like I want. So anyway, that was my rambling hair talk, and I am super loving it. I took like 3 days to do my hair because I vlogged two things. First, my shampoo, my deep conditioning bar, which I bought at an event about a month ago. I vlogged that process, and I also vlogged a little bit of the twisting, and I vlogged something before the deep conditioning bar. First, I did my pre-poo, then I did my shampoo. Oh, my detangling. I used my not today, no, not today, my not sauce, coiled coiled detangler, and I love that stuff. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna use it. Why don't I go ahead and review it? And instead of using the bentonite clay, which I've been doing pretty consistently lately, I decided I'm gonna do my standard old process, and I'm going to try this one new product so that I can see how it affects my hair. So I went ahead and did my pre-poo with my oils. Then I detangled with the not sauce, and I reviewed that as well while I was doing it. So I did two reviews while I was doing my hair. So it took me a couple of days to get my hair done. Y'all know how to work hair videos take. This is why I tend more toward live streams and vlogs because hair videos, which the channel started out as hair videos, hair channel. What am I saying? A channel for hair videos. It it got harder and harder. I mean, not that it got harder and harder, but it is hard. It stays hard to do hair videos. It takes time to do hair videos. Plus, my Mac is she on her last leg, but we believe in God that she's gonna survive so I can get a new one. Oh, wedding ring. Thank you for reminding me. I held up my hand just now and saw that it wasn't there. Hi, Sophia Hernandez. Sophia, how you doing, girl? You want me to get Kalani to say hi? Let me get her. Kalani, Sophia's here. Come over here. She said yes when I said, do you want me to get Kalani? She says hi. Y'all, Sophia is Kalani's buddy, one of her multiple friends. She misses you. Aw, what a sweetheart. How you doing, Sophia? Sophia, you want to tell us your channel name? Kalani Tanya says hi.
Hello.
Sophia, are you comfortable telling us your channel name? Oh, trying to put my ring on while I'm holding the phone with one hand, and this is hard work. Ugh. Ah, there, got it back on. Look, y'all, we got Eric these for Christmas. One, two, three. Eric, Josh got one, Kalani got one, and I got one because he loves Elton Brown. If you can't tell, I got these for him for Christmas at some other point. We got this at an event that Elton Brown was at here like 5 months ago. Was he here like 5 months ago or something? Something like that. And then we got these for him for Christmas. He loves this man. He loves him some Elton Brown. Anyway, let me see what you said. Who was that? Tanya? No, Lisa. You said, I would like to do my hair every week, but my gosh, the week goes by so fast and I do not feel like dealing with it. I know that's right. Ponytail. Wait, where are you? Ponytails and buns are my friends. Yes, ma'am. I totally understand. And I homeschool my kids. I'm sorry, I'm sitting down, so I got stuff, my camera everywhere on my face. I homeschool my kids, which if people think that that just means you do nothing at home, you a lie, because it doesn't. There's a lot of work that goes into it, even though they do a lot of the work themselves. There's just a process involved in it. Then I'm a stay-at-home mom throughout the morning and the daytime. So I am, doing housework. Then I teach at a community college, so I'm having to prep for my lessons. And if anybody here is a teacher, prep work is hours of work per week. So I teach two classes, which is 3 days a week. And so I've got to prep for that, two totally different subjects. So I've got two totally different preps. Then I also coordinate, not coordinate, but I help to coordinate the distance learning program for the adult education department at the community college where I teach, which is another like 4 hours a week, even though I'm at home doing a lot of work. So that's during the weekdays. That's a whole lot of work. I drive Eric to work several days a week. I'm home 8:30, boom. And then if I drive him, I have to pick him up again by like 4:30. So like the hours are filled with stuff, right? So then the weekend is when I might have time to wash my hair, but I teach on Saturday mornings. So I can't do it every single week. That's just not part of my reality anymore. Plus, Eric and the kids were like, "Can we have you?" when I was doing that. So I stopped doing that years ago. When we were in Israel, I stopped doing it because the longer it gets for me, the more work it takes. The longest part of this process is detangling. It takes me a good minute to detangle because I finger detangle because I'm not trying to lose length. And yeah. So that's my story. So I tried to say I was going to do it every other week, but that hasn't been the reality either since we've been living here. It's been like once a month. And, it's been okay. I don't feel real nasty and sweaty in my scalp. I do a super good deep condition every time that I wash my hair. And I always condition and moisturize and use cleansing and antiseptic and antibacterial oils on my scalp when I wash. So let's see. Lisa says that prep work and lesson planning is a separate job all to itself. You are so right. People think that teachers, when I taught elementary school, it was this way. It seems like people think, you're there from 7:30 or whenever your school day starts our classes started at 7:30, so we were there before 7:30 until 3:30 or 2:30 whenever school gets out. But that's just kid time. All the prep you did was for that stretch of time. Then at home, or if you stay until 5, like some people do, or whatever, but outside of kid time, you still have to do your research, lesson plan, grade stuff, prepare for the next day. You always thinking about your classroom management. How can I make this better? How can I make the classroom more efficient? How can I make sure that, I'm not having breakout issues here and there, and make sure that everything runs smoothly. It's so teachers work way more than 40 hours a week, way more. So my prep time, we get paid an additional bit for prep time, and I'm teaching in college level, but or the community college, but I still do way more than the prep time that I get paid for because anybody, you ain't gonna, I mean, it's just not, you can't. Like, can prep for hours, hours, and I do because you want to do the job well. So you're not gonna come in your classroom, half baked. So that means hours of research, hours of I'm plugging in my phone. Sorry, y'all. Hours of researching, hours of putting together good lessons, photocopying, and finding good lessons or good games online for them to play. Because I still do that with my adult students. Yes, I do. People have fun learning through games. So all that stuff, that takes time. So yeah, my first year teaching Eric or teaching elementary school, Eric was like, you need to go to bed. And it would be like midnight. And he'd just be like, you need to go to bed. Because I'd have to be back at school by like 6:45 the next morning at 7 o'clock. That was the first year. But it's not like that now. And I don't teach elementary. Again, I'm at the college level again. Or at least I'm working with adults who are working on their GEDs. But still, it's still just a lot of work. I love it. But it's a lot of work, child. So with me kind of freelancing my life right now, this hair don't get washed but like once a month. If that, once a month. You're a retired teacher, Lisa? Yeah, you understand. Now you're in the Bronx, right? Or is this the wrong person? Tanya says that's true. I taught for years and it's a long process. It is. And if anybody knows how to super kind of economize it, let me know. Because I taught 4 years. No, I taught 6 years at a university. I taught 2 years as a third grade teacher, 4 years as a second grade teacher, and now I've been teaching a year again at community college level. And it's just a process. It takes time. Okay, you are in the Bronx, Lisa. So did you teach in the Bronx? Girl, I can't even imagine teaching in New York public schools. Maybe you don't teach in public school, but listen, I attended New York public schools. I can't even imagine. Mm-mm-mm. I can't. You're a speech language pathologist in the school system. Ooh, thank you, Jesus, for you. I just praise the Lord for you because that is so needed. It is just not easy. Listen, thank the Lord for you. Public school teachers, I thank the Lord for them. I remember my days. I went to James Madison High School in Brooklyn, New York. That's where I went to high school until I moved to Georgia. Um, yeah, so I can't even conceptualize it. I know oh, sorry, y'all. I totally just dropped you. I'm sorry. Well, that's not the easiest place to teach in New York. People don't know. Okay, so my live streams are typically rambly. If anybody is new or if anybody's watching this and you've never watched me before and this is just your first time, I ramble through these, but I have a good time. These are my people. I enjoy them. Tiny says, wow, girl, that's awesome. I taught elementary. Okay. And Mass is at Massachusetts? Elementary is hard work. I felt like that was much more challenging than my college level courses. As far as what's involved, I really enjoyed college level. You went to Taft, William Howard Taft High School, 5,000 students. People don't know about that. The big schools, man. Oh, y'all, I keep dropping you. I'm sorry. You know why? Because I got this plug in and it keeps falling off. Okay, I'm put this over my lap. Maybe that'll keep it up there better. Yeah, my high school was huge. I can't even remember how big it was back in the day. But I remember moving to Georgia and being like, wait, what? There's how many kids here? What? Just being shocked. And I think my senior class had like, I don't know, 300 kids when I was in Georgia. 'Cause I graduated from high school in Georgia, and in Lilburn, Georgia, back in 1991. And I remember just being like, "It's only 300? That's all?" Like, just amazed because my high school in New York, child, please. We had 9 periods a day, and it started at 7:40, I think was the first period. And for the first 3 periods of the day, students are rotating in their starting schedule. So for instance, if you started first period, you were in school for 7 periods a day. So you started first period, you would end like seventh period. If you started second, you would end eighth. If you started third, you would end ninth. And then after third period, or between second and third period, I think is when it was, we had homeroom where you go and get announcements to state a pledge, because that was the one time a day where the school was like full of everybody. So you're right. Our school populations in New York City are larger than a lot of these small towns in the South. You are so right. Like the whole town. Some of these schools are bigger than that. I'm telling you, we couldn't have all the kids there at the same time. At least not extended. Not like where you could. I don't know how they worked it, but they couldn't. We couldn't all be there throughout the whole day all at the same time. Just with the class schedules and what was what, it didn't work. So yep, we rotated in, and I remember being so happy my sophomore year when I got to start second period. I think my freshman year I started second period too, and then we moved to Georgia partway through my sophomore year, and I was like, wait, what? Everybody starts at 7:30. What? You can't leave campus to have lunch? What? Where are we? And it was such a totally different experience because there's just a lot more independence for teens in schools in New York, partially because they just have to be. There just has to. The schools are so big. There's so many students, and they got to make it work. But just the city, I think, is a much more kind of independent place anyway. So yeah, child, and wasn't nobody driving to school either. Lisa says, I remember that I had early session and had to go to school in the dark. I hated that. I never had to go in the dark until I moved to Georgia and was like, why am I at the bus stop? First of all, I'm at the school bus stop. Who does that? Because in Brooklyn, I didn't. I never took the school bus, maybe for a year in elementary school, but other than that, I took the city bus everywhere. And so I had to be at the corner at 6:30 in the morning. And I was like, why did we move here? Whew. Did you walk to school in the Bronx? Nice. I never walked. No, one year, sixth grade, I walked because I went to the elementary school for one year that was by my house. Every other school was across Brooklyn from where I lived. I lived in Flatbush. I went to elementary school in Crown Heights. That wasn't supposed to happen. But I used to live over in that area, and so I went through part of my school there, and then we moved, and then we just figured out a way. We just figured out a way for me to keep going to school over there in Crown Heights while we lived in Flatbush. Then I did one year in elementary school that was just on our like one block over on Nostrand Avenue. Shout out if you know Nostrand Avenue. Then I took the bus the other direction to Marine Park for junior high school, intermediate high school, as they called it back then. And then I took the bus down that direction again for high school to go to Madison. And so Madison wasn't in Marine Park. I don't know what the neighborhood is called where Madison is. But all of those schools, I had to bypass multiple schools to get to each one of them. I bypassed probably 4 elementary schools to get to the one in Crown Heights. I bypassed at least 2 junior high schools to get to the one I went to in Marine Park. And then I bypassed one high school, just one. I bypassed one, but there were a lot of other ones in the area to get to my high school. That was my reality in New York. And I know plenty of places and people who have just one, like one high school, one junior high school, and one elementary school in their towns. Eric, y'all, we're so opposites in our schooling. He went to a small private Christian school. I think there were like 12 kids in his, no, maybe eight, six, some small amount of kids in his senior class. And he graduated a year early because his parents moved to Mexico and he wanted to go with them. So he doubled up his classes. And I was like, what? I think they had a dance, like a senior prom or that kind of thing. I don't know if they had homecoming. They had sports teams. where it was multiple grades together, so they had like a varsity basketball team, but you could be varsity and be in the 10th grade. School was that small, and I'm like, child, listen, I can't even conceptualize a class that small. Meanwhile, I insist on my kids being in small classes when they go to school, or else I homeschool them. Lisa says, Tanya says, rather, master's in guidance, now reading teacher. Oh, cool. You're a reading teacher? And where do you, in Massachusetts? Is that what you said? Lisa says, our school population in New York was large. Oh, yeah, I read that. Larger than some small towns. We have we have very local schools where I live. Walk to all three. Wow, nice. Then commuted on the subway to college and university. My cousins lived in a smallish town upstate, one elementary school, one middle school, one high school. I can't even imagine it. But yeah, that the thought of that, my cousins who lived in Long Island, I used to be like, wait, you got one school you go to? Because we had to apply to high school. And you in the Bronx, so you know, Lisa, but like in Brooklyn, we had to apply. At least back then, I'm pretty sure you still do. I had to apply back in the late 80s, mid to late 80s. And you have one zone school. You remember that, right? Applying to high school. It's like college, man. You have one zone high school or a couple in your area, but one zone. And my zone high school, y'all, I shed real tears when I saw it come up on my card because you get a card in the mail, or you did anyway. I'm sure they email us now. But you get a card in the mail listing like the options of schools that you can go to. And you have one that's your definite zone school that you don't have to do anything. If you just choose to go there, you just go there. And I was like, I'm going to try to go to Brooklyn Tech and Stuyvesant, which, oh my gosh, yeah, I didn't get in. You have to take entrance exams to get into those high schools. But y'all, when I saw the card, the first name on the list on my card, that was my zone school, listen, I cry, real tear, I cry. I was going for Erasmus Hall. Who knows Erasmus Hall? If you are watching this later after today, please write in the comment section that you know about Erasmus Hall. If you're from Brooklyn, you know. You might not even be from Brooklyn. You might still know if you're from New York. Y'all, Erasmus Hall was rough. Oh. You got on the waiting list for Bronx Science? Nice. They didn't even consider me because math and science was not my strong suit. But I wanted to get into them. But I figured out that day when I took that test, I was like, I haven't even seen some of this stuff. But listen, Erasmus Hall used to be an amazing school. Like lots of famous back in the day Brooklyn people went there. I want to say Barbara Streisand went there. Am I right in saying Billy Joel went there? I don't know, but lots of well-known people. But y'all, when I was going to high school in the '80s, at least he's still waiting to get in the Bronx Science. Back in the '80s, Erasmus Hall, which looks like a fortress, it actually looks like a kind of cool castle type of building, but back then I just remember it looked like a fortress and I was scared and there was all kind of drug busts and crazy mess going down at that school. And I was just like, I can't go to Erasmus. Oh, mommy. So she was like applied to this school. I wanted to go to the high school that was next to my house. They had a pre-law program because high schools in New York have college prep programs. So they had a pre-law program or was it pre-med? They had a pre-med program, and the high school that I went to had a pre-law program. But I wanted to get into the pre-med program, knowing I wasn't strong in math and science, but that's what I wanted to do. The high school near my house was called Midwood, and it's right next to Brooklyn College. But I ended up not getting in there because it was outside of my zone, even though it was the closest high school to my house, because that's how that works in New York. School loyalty was high when you went to high school in '68. It was fierce. It was high when I was in there too. But why you went in '68? Good for you. I'm so proud. I'm so glad you watched my channel. Thank you. I remember people being hardcore about high schools in New York, and there's so many different schools to choose from. It was always a thing. And I was an athlete. I ran track. So we would go to Pace to a college in town to go do our track meets, and all the different high schools would be there. I miss those days. When I moved to Georgia, it was very much more parent led in some ways. Like they take you to your track meets and stuff like that. Whereas in New York, we got on a bus or the train and went to our events. I miss it. I talk about New York a lot. I don't think I could live there again though, Lisa. I don't think I could do it. First of all, you got to be making like $500,000 a year to live there, and then second of all, yeah, I feel like It's comparable in Jerusalem though, because Jerusalem is rough, y'all. It's rough. But yeah, anyway, that's my schooling story. I miss it. I miss New York. I miss going to school, having those fun times. But excuse me. But at the same time, I'm glad for the experience I had when I moved down south to Georgia. It was a different world, but it was good. It was good. But people don't know when they not in New York, they don't know about this school system situation going on there. Y'all, listen. Very good schools, totally different type of learning, like this sequential math and stuff like that. I still haven't seen any place else that does that. It's a different kind of way of teaching math. Look, I'm all tangled up here. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. There. But anyway, I could ramble and ramble and ramble about all kinds of stuff, but I'm not going to do that. I am, let's see, we're going to leave in about an hour and change. So I'm just going to kick back here and kind of relax. If you want me to talk about anything else, ask me. Otherwise, I'm probably going to let y'all go. I might do my nails. Do you see how disorderly they are? But I'm really proud that this one is growing. This reminds me of my grandmother, this nail. And this one. Thank you, Tanya. She says, my necklace and sweater are so pretty. This is one of the necklaces I got with these earrings from my friend Kiki, Alicia Walker. I probably shouldn't have said her name. I'm sorry, girl. Maybe she doesn't mind. But I love this. Look at that. It's got these fun kind of danglies on it. There's even a little heart. I just think it's super cute. And I got a bunch. I got this, and I got, I think, like five others, five other necklace and earring combinations that the proceeds went toward an organization called the Lola Brown Foundation, which is a breast cancer awareness organization. A friend of ours, she's her sorority sister. I knew both of them before they pledged, but we all went to college together. They were 2 years behind me. And Lola discovered that she had breast cancer when she was 28. And for 10 years, she fought it and worked to help educate other young women to check themselves for breast cancer. And so she passed when she was 38, which was just a few years ago. And so they started a foundation in her honor. So my friend Alicia was selling jewelry for a fundraiser for the organization, an online kind of fundraiser. And so I bought this and several other really cute sets. Hi, Linda L. Happy New Year's to you too. Happy New Year. I'm sorry. And the BNN family, the Black and Natural in Jerusalem family. Thank you. BNN and J. I like that. Yeah, I like kind of clunky, kind of chunky jewelry, and it's kind of hard because I feel like people who are full of figured look really awesome. That kind of jewelry looks amazing on them. And I have kind of got a secret. I wish I was more full figured. So, and so I still love the jewelry that I just feel like looks amazing on women who are bigger than me. And so I buy it. I buy it anyway. It's like my kind of secret guilty pleasure. But yeah, I don't know if that's a black girl thing that we just kind of end up in that place. But ain't nothing wrong with being thick. And that's kind of, we are, you're right, Lisa, we're never satisfied. Because people are like, well, you're so thin and you look great. And I'm like, well, thanks. I'd love a little bit more here, a little bit more there, a little bit more thigh, a little bit more height. But God knows. He made me like he made me. But I do, I'm like, if I eat enough, though, I could gain a little bit more here and there. Any plans for 2018? Hi, Reiki Break. Happy New Year to you. You're thick and trying to look like me, Lisa. And I'm like, I'm skinny and trying to be thick. I don't think I'm skinny anymore because I've shifted now into the mediums, and I was really pleased with that. But at the same time, like, what's happening? Why is this happening? Because it happened so suddenly. So I put on like 10 pounds, 10, 15 pounds, and they haven't gone. And I'm like, oh, my metabolism finally slowed down. But I would still love to look out, Lisa said. But I would still like to, I would like to get a little thicker, kind of in the midsection, not the tummy, which is where it's happening, but like in the hips and, back here a little bit, you know. And I have gotten a little bit thicker in the thighs, and Eric has noticed. He's appreciated. But I've been like, look at my thighs, kind of look a little something, something. But yeah, I would love to get a little bit fuller in the middle. Wouldn't hurt up top, but I don't know, what it'll take to get there. But um, but I'd love for my tummy to stay flat. That, and it hasn't been flat since I had kids. But we all want what we want. And Ricky, any plans? Get my life together, get my whole life. That's my plan. I have started therapy again. Dealing with, remember I told y'all I was dealing with generalized anxiety disorder. So I take a couple of different supplements for it. They sit here at my night table because I take them when I go to bed. I take my multivitamin at bedtime. It has a super high amount of B vitamins, which are great for mental health and dealing with issues like anxiety. And so I take that, and then I take holy basil every day as well, which also helps with memory. With this says health immune healthy immune function and helps with focus and alertness. But really, what it helps with is keeping anxiety and stress at bay, like helping you deal with mood really much better. So I love those two things, and I've been taking them, but I had also wanted to start seeing a therapist again. So I started doing that about 2 months ago, and I'm kind of full steam ahead with that for the upcoming year. So if I had to say a goal for the year, it would be to get really on solid footing or on better footing as far as dealing with anxiety disorder and getting that kind of unraveling some of the roots and getting better controls to manage it. I manage it pretty okay, but I feel like it could be much better. So that's one of my goals for the year. Eric is hopefully finishing up his ordination process this year, and Lord willing, that'll be done. Linda says my plans are to let go and let God do what he does best. I've been in His way for too long. I know that's right. I understand. I understand, but sometimes it's hard, isn't it, to let go and let God? But when we do, He can take control. Lisa, or Reiki, I'm sorry, you said if you could stay in therapy, it was so helpful. Stay the course. It really is helpful. And I'll tell y'all every time, like I have an appointment coming up on Tuesday, and I already feel the anxiety stirring up in me every time before I have an appointment. I'm just like, I have an appointment this week. I have an appointment this week. Or even the week before, I'm like, I have an appointment next week. And it's not that the appointments are bad, they're excellent. My therapist is wonderful. It's the knowing it's the anticipation of knowing that I'm going to have to talk about and unearth some things that might be uncomfortable, that might be painful. I might cry, the exposure, just all of that. Yeah. But it's also good because when I come away with tools that are helping me manage life, that's what it's all about. So it's hard, but it's good hard. So he gave me an assignment. I might tell it to y'all next week after I've done it. Um, I wasn't excited about it. Look, I'm not actually like, "Eh," but I feel like I could cry easily right now if I went there because I'm just like, I don't want to do that, man. I don't want to do that. But but it's good. It's good what he's encouraging me to do. Do I recommend same race therapists? I think it depends on the individual. It really does. I think it could be much easier for some people to do that and to open up. I wondered about it because well, not a lot, but some of lately, my anxieties are about other things, but I've been really involved in discussing race issues. And so I know that a lot of people, this kicked up after the election and with things happening in our country. And they might be like, do I want to talk to somebody who's not my race? Do I want to talk to them about these issues? That didn't, you test out your therapist first and see if you click and if it's a good mix. That wasn't an issue for me and my therapist. I see a male and he's white, but I can bring up things like that and it wouldn't be a problem with us. But I can understand for some individuals it would be. They wouldn't feel free to talk about stuff like that. I definitely was talking to my therapist about race in my last session, as a matter of fact. My best friend is a therapist, and she's a darn good one. She's not a therapist. She's a licensed clinical social worker. She's an LCSW in Atlanta. She has a center called Amani Healing Center. I can give you the information if you would like. She's amazing. I was telling her some of the therapies I was doing, and she was like, yes, that's amazing. That's wonderful. She obviously will not take me on as a client. We would never, ever do that. Couldn't do it and wouldn't do it. And we've just always had the ability in our friendship to have a friendship without that being part of it. I guess because we knew each other before, like from our freshman year of college. So before she had the training, we were friends, and that's just always been a part of our lives, just to be friends with each other and not necessarily be like professional. Although I could get input if I wanted, but y'all, not therapy, but like input. She'll cut it straight with me because that's who she is. But she's in Atlanta. It's called Amani Healing Center. If you would like to check it out, and she, I love it. She's a Black American woman, and she makes herself available to, she wants Black folks to know. She doesn't only have Black clients, but she wants Black people to know. First of all, there's nothing wrong with seeking help for mental health issues at all. And that she is available if people want to see someone who is African American, so, and a woman. And her passion is working with and helping African American women, or not just African American women, but while she's here, African American women. She's got a dream she's lived in Africa and she'd love to go back. But she loves to help women. So she's there and she does that kind of work, and it's really fabulous. And she specifically wants Black people to know that she's available for them. So for some people, that is a need. Like they want to see somebody who is like them. And I totally support that if that's what people want. That was a long way of saying it's good for some people. If they feel like they need to, then do it. Let's see. Reiki says it's important to interview the therapist to see if you click. Absolutely. And he did that for my first session. And he was just like, come in, let's talk. First we talked on the phone. And then we met in person and just talked. And then after that session, he wanted to know if I would like to continue on and start therapy with him. And I was like, yeah, I like you. I like you. Lisa says, I haven't set any goals. I found that I've made plans and God seems to say, seriously? You thought that, did you? LOL. I hear you. I try to get on this page, and right now I don't feel like there's much of a page besides be where you're at. Because I'm ready to I'm shopping at the bit to be like, so Jerusalem, and he's like, be where you're at. I'm like, okay. Where do you hope to live once Eric is ordained? Well, I just answered that. I would love to go back to Jerusalem, Lord willing. I would love to go back. I don't see Texas as a long-term option, but we are definitely travelers, and we love to live different places and, see the world. So hopefully the door will open to go back. That's our desire. Not just mine. That is our desire. Hi, I always say your name wrong. Jonani. Lord. Jonani. I'm sorry. I feel like I butcher your name every time I butcher it. I'm sorry. But hola. Be where you at. Be where you at. Yeah, Lisa. I don't think I've ever been really good at that. So I'm learning. Because in Jerusalem, there was a whole other set of things I could complain about and be frustrated about. And, you have to embrace the season that you're in and let God do what he's doing during that time and be okay with it. Because that's just life. That's how it goes. Anyway, y'all, as I continue playing in my hair, being happy with it, I think I shall let you guys go. Yes, Tanya, she says so true. But I do want to wrap this up by saying thank you so much for always being here, guys. You have made this, believe it or not, you have made this transition process for us from Israel back to the States way easier because it was hard. I did not want to leave, neither did Eric, but we felt we needed to. And you guys have been kind of a steady YouTube and this channel have been a steady thing in our lives that's really been like an anchor for me. So thank you so much for having been around. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not saying that as like my final remarks of the, that I'm never going to do YouTube again. Not like that. Just as I close out the year, I want to say thank you so much for being here for us and for just supporting us. Thank you, Lisa. She says, Love channel for kind of going on our adventures with us and sharing our adventures and misadventures and family times and fun and sad times with us. It has been a true blessing. And I appreciate you guys. I really do. So just know, if I don't always say it, I really look forward to these weekly live streams, and I look forward to sharing stuff with you all. And I have a good time. I enjoy you. So thank you. Okay, let me look back real quick and see. Reiki says, would you ever sponsor a tour group for those of us who would love to go to Jerusalem with people who know what they're talking about? Absolutely. I would absolutely consider it. Eric and I have led tours there with our church from Atlanta. He took groups twice, and I took them once with him, and it was really great. We would definitely love to do that. That's something that's part of our heart vision. We would love to bring groups there and let them get to know and love on people, get to know and just see the people there across the board, Jewish people, Arab people, believers, non-believers, to see not what you get in your typical tourist package. Now, there are those available and people can do that if they want to, but we love to do things that are more hands-on and more intimate. So, and we have lots of people there to take people to see and to just things to get involved in that we would love to be able to do. So, Lord willing, those doors will open again and we can do it. It's not terribly difficult to organize, but it does take time. It does take time and it takes resources, but it's doable. You and your family are an inspiration to me. Thank you, Tanya. And Ricky says, so glad I found your very unique channel. Happy New Year to you and your family. Thank you. Thank you, Ricky. I'm glad we inspire you. Oh, I feel inspired to go on. I'm going to shoot off these good fireworks tonight. And, oh, wait, I can't go yet. Eric cooked something, y'all. I was about to stay and go eat this good food, and then I remembered y'all didn't know what good food I'm talking about. Eric made these macaroni and cheese bites. I praise the Lord every day for husband who can throw it out. Don't judge me on the laundry back there, y'all. It's just one basket left of sheets, and they're clean. They just have to be folded. Let me show y'all. What'd you do to them? Oh, you wrapped them up?
Yeah, I stopped rolling them up before we serve them.
Look. Tell them what you made. Wait, I want to be in it too.
They're mac and cheese cups.
Where's my camera?
They're mac and cheese bites.
You smell like peanut butter.
That's because I'm getting ready to eat some peanut butter and I tasted it first.
Okay.
Mac and cheese bites.
Tell them what you did.
Well, I made macaroni and cheese and put it in.
We're looking at you.
No,
Were you being sassy?
Yeah.
You see, Lisa?
Yeah,
My
no,
gosh,
they're
mac and cheese
better than you
bites.
think they are even.
Sounds
because
they're really good. We've already eaten some.
You take Ritz crackers and butter and cheddar cheese, sharp cheddar, shredded, and you mix that melted butter. And you mix that together kind of like if you've ever done like a graham cracker crust. Let's close this.
Yeah, but...
And...
yes, our kitchen is messy, guys. It is.
I've been cooking. Messy kitchen, happy food. It's too close. I can't even focus on that. I'm old now. My eyes don't.
Is that better?
Well. That's much better.
My arm is like fully extended, y'all, to the full extent of the arm.
Well, no. So, yeah, crushed Ritz crackers, melted butter, sharp cheddar cheese shredded. That gets put in the bottom of the little mini cups, the little mini muffin tin cups.
You want me to show them? You keep looking at it.
Right.
You want to show it to them.
And then I made mac and cheese with...
he made bougie mac and cheese.
I got the recipe online. It's a really. I wish I could remember who did it. I can't remember.
Oh
But it's
Lord,
mini macaroni and cheese bites. Oh no! You just put your. Oh, you put it in the peanut butter.
here. I didn't know it was back there.
She put her arm in the peanut
I'm
butter.
finna wear this to the party tonight.
You want to smell like peanut butter? I hope nobody's
Oh,
allergic to nuts. Anyway, I don't need to tell you the whole recipe, but it basically has like boursin. You know, it's garlic and herb, like soft cheese, fresh cheese. It's kind of like cream cheese, but it's better. And sharp cheddar and sour cream and some eggs and some milk, salt and pepper, garlic powder, a little bit of onion powder. And then I added to the recipe, I made some nice bacon. I started getting some bacon from Sprouts.
y'all
It's
know what
just their
Sprouts
basic,
is?
it's like
Sprouts is like a
health food store kind of, grocery store. Y'all, this bacon they have at the deli, at the meat counter is so good. Way the heck better. Anyway, so I cooked up some of that till it was crispy and then crumbled it up and put that in with there. And then put them in the cups, put a little dollop of the, yes, you got it. Praise be to God.
Don't smell like peanut butter.
You do smell like peanut butter, but. And then a scoop of the mac and cheese mixture with the noodles in it. On top of those, basically it's kind of like a crust, the Ritz cheese crust. And then sprinkled some extra cheese on top and stuck those in the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes at 300 and I think it was 75 degrees.
So good.
And then I just pulled them out. They came right out. They were nice. I discovered that you should do them all at once and not in separate batches. I only have one mini muffin tin. I really needed two. Because or only do the Happy New Year, Happy Brown Girl reading. Why did I say happy? Because I'm reading two lines at the same time.
By the way, Brown Girl Reading, I did see your message just pop in Messenger, just so you know I got it, and thank you.
Anyway, I tasted them and you tasted them. They're really, really good. Definitely not something you can eat every day, but because it's got so much fat in it, it's ridiculous.
Did you tell them about the bougie?
I told them about the boursin. Yeah.
But you have other stuff in there too, don't you?
Just the boursin. It's the garlic and herb cheese.
Okay.
It's a spreadable white cheese.
Garlic and herb cheese. Hi, hair. Hello.
Anyway, that's all. That's our hors d'oeuvre for tonight. And then I think she already showed you my apple pie. And I'm just now getting ready to. You didn't show me? Oh. Well, here.
I don't think I did. Maybe I did, but I don't think
Here it is. Apple pie, homemade. And I'm getting ready to make homemade whipped cream for it. That's what I'm starting to do right now. So, Happy New Year, y'all.
He also made this peanut butter. Look at this peanut butter.
All I did was mix honey and peanut butter.
Well,
don't you ever do that?
Not really so much. Look at.
Actually, that's what I was getting ready to do right now.
This is what I just got my arm in. He made some honey peanut butter in a ball jar. And let me show y'all the so this is what they look like. Just to give you a good look. They're so good. Oh yeah, so they don't like melt, fall apart.
They won't melt, but I'm hoping they don't dry out too much.
So y'all, these are good. He made a couple of big ones. Here's the tray that he used, and then he put a couple in this one, and I ate one of those. But he used this mini muffin tray for them.
So no paper cups, just direct, and I didn't spray the tins. I didn't need to.
Okay.
Just stuck them right in there, and then baked them. The ones that I did first, the first set, while the crust was still, the butter was like still melted and cheese and stuff, the crust stayed on better. The ones that I sat till the second go around, because you have to bake them for 12 minutes and then you have to let them sit in the pan for like 10 minutes till they cool off enough and they like kind of solidify. So the second set,
not so good.
The crust, most of the crust came off on that one. They didn't do so good. It'll still be good. They still held together as far as the actual ball of macaroni.
Mac and cheese.
Not as much crust.
Y'all, I love watching him cook and talk about food. Like, I love that. I love it. I wish Eric could teach my hubby to cook. You have a gym, Tanya? I do. I have a my Ruby Woo. I know he doesn't want that on his face. Although, see, Ruby Woo doesn't really come off. He just bought this for me for Christmas. I got a new one because the other one I showed y'all last week was super busted. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show y'all. I may have shown it to you earlier. I'm not sure, but I wanted to show that to y'all. And then one more.
Hello.
He's not sick anymore. Well, he has a cough,
Maybe a small cough.
but he doesn't have the fever anymore like last weekend. He's watching some show on forensics and anthropology. Shakespeare. Oh, this is the Shakespeare, the tomb when they were unearthing his. Okay, yes, when they were digging up Shakespeare.
No,
Tanya says hi, Joshua.
Hello. They weren't actually digging him up.
Yes, Daddy told me how the episode went because he watched it. They lasered him. What might be his skull? That is amazing. It's the kind of shows I watch on TV, y'all. I really don't watch a whole lot of TV unless it's like documentaries. I am that person. I watch the documentaries, the Nature Channel, Discovery Channel, if we get it, but we don't really have cable. We have Netflix and Google. Wait, what's it called? Amazon Prime. Other than that, I'm reading, not watching. So yeah. So that's what we're going to be eating tonight. You made your pot of black-eyed peas and collard greens. Yes. The people's house we're going to, the hostess is making greens, but she asked somebody else to make black-eyed peas. She was like, who wants to make the peas? And I was like, because I don't make peas a whole lot, and I'm not going to try to make peas for somebody's party. Eric can throw down on some greens, but not with the peas. He was like, you think I should make them? And I was like, not if you haven't made them before. Don't make them for a party. You just, you know what I'm saying? It's certain things you just don't come in somebody's house trying to make some. But yay, somebody's made them, so we will have them. I never heard of that till I moved down south about eating black-eyed peas and greens for New Year's. And y'all, he made me grits, eggs, and bacon for breakfast this morning. Brown girl reading. Remember when we were talking about eating polenta I was talking about eating polenta for breakfast in Israel. I'm calling it grits, and you were like, that ain't grits. And I was like, it's close enough. So he made some real grits. They were just buttery and delicious, and some scrambled eggs and bacon. I was laying in here this morning. And he was like, here, this is for you. And he brought me a tray with breakfast. And I thought, so good to me. His love language is definitely, like, he loves cooking for people. He loves cooking for people. Now, what that comes with is that he tends to be one of those cooks who's like, you're not supposed to eat it like that. You're supposed to put it on top and eat it together, and you have to endure this is how the chef wants you to eat his food. But he enjoys hospitality and cooking for people and making food for people. So that's the thing, and I love it. And I was just like so blessed this morning because I was expecting to get up and get some raisin bran or something. But he brought me tea, and like maybe a half hour later, he brought me some food. So good. Lisa says it's a Southern thing. My grandparents were from the South and brought it up here with them. My grandparents were from the South too, and I never heard it. But you know what? My dad's family, the ones who were Southern, we were always in church on New Year's Eve. So maybe that's part of it. Like you would watch night service. Seeing in the New Year with the Lord, not going to some party like I'm going to do. And my dad's parents were from the South, and they would be in church. My mom's side, her mother was Bahamian. Her family was from the Caribbean, from the Bahamas, and they were, yes, Tanya, she says, told you, a gem girl, a gem, LOL, he is. Her mom's family, like I said, was from the Caribbean, so my grandma was like a first generation immigrant, and she was born here, actually, but she was first generation, and then my mom's dad is from South Carolina, and he was a cook, but I don't know if that tradition was part of their household or not, because my mom never included it in our childhood. We would always be at a friend's house for New Year's Eve, because I grew up with my mom, so my dad's side would be at church. My mom, who I lived with, because they were divorced, she would have me at a party somewhere at a friend's house, or we would have a party at home or something, with the neighbor's house, something. But I never saw that. I never saw greens and black-eyed peas till I moved to the South. Well, part of the South, my dad's family is from northern Florida, which is basically South Georgia. Kingsland, Georgia is where my grandpa was born and grew up. But my dad and all of them, my granny and my dad then, because he lived in her town as a kid, they were in Hastings, Florida. So my granny and her siblings, they were in Hastings and the Suwannee River Valley from that part of Florida. And they're still in, I have a bunch of family still in Hastings, Florida, St. Augustine, Florida, down there around them little bitty towns like Palaca and I think is Yalaha in that area? I don't know, but them little bit spuds around that area, that part of Florida is where my dad grew up before he moved to New York in high school. And he's the middle, like one of the middle kids of 11. So they moved to New York and stayed there. They used to share a crop up and down the coast. And at one point they got up there for the season and my granny was like, I'm not going back. We staying. Not going back. I'm not traveling with all these kids again. So they stayed up in Long Island at that point. If your family was Pentecostal, they may have rejected the notion years ago because the tradition is tied up with the idea of luck. Oh, well, that's what it was then, because they were absolutely 100% holiness Pentecostal. Not just Pentecostal. Not just Pentecostal. Holiness. Saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled, fire baptized. I got Jesus in my life and I'm running for my life. Like I got Jesus on my side and I'm running for my life. That Pentecostal. We were that Pentecostal. All this right here, I would be going to hell. This makeup on my face. Yeah. So yeah, it definitely they wouldn't have done that. They didn't have Christmas trees or anything like that. Um, so no, that wouldn't have been part of their reality at all. You've been up in church, and I have no problem with being in church, so I'm not mocking it, but I'm just saying they wouldn't have even had like a New Year's meal, as far as I know of. Now I can check and ask. My cousins might be like, "Girl, what you talking about?" But I don't think so. Um, and they could throw down. So they definitely could cook, but that wasn't one of the occasions where they would be cooking for. My family didn't hold with luck either, but they love to keep the tradition anyway. Okay. Yeah, some families, that them old school families didn't play that. They couldn't even shoot dice. That was gambling. That's the devil's work. They couldn't shoot dice. They couldn't play cards. They might not have been able to play dominoes. Couldn't swim. Show can dance. Going to the juke joint. That's the devil's work. So yeah, you know. My dad now is a black Santa. If you live in Maryland, he was at the mall in Baltimore, I think, this past year until Sunday, this past Sunday, Christmas Eve. Um, yeah, it's funny because now he totally, yeah, that's not where he is anymore. But we're still very much connected with that church. Like our family is still very much a part of the church, but the church has changed dramatically, dramatically. The new generation of young people weren't gonna live according to that same reality. Whoa, I can move the stuff, but I can't see my finger while I'm moving it. That's really weird. I'm sorry. It's at a moment. I do it in memory of my dad, who made it his business to pull out the pots and get these peas on the stove. Oh, get those peas on the stove. That is nice. How do you make them? You want to tell me? Because this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I probably shouldn't even be thinking about the frozen kind, but that's absolutely what I'm thinking. And throw in some. But okay, let me go back. Let me think of using the dry ones. So I would throw in some neck bones or fat back, probably neck bones, and or ham hock. I'll throw in a ham hock and kind of get that started in the pot. And then I don't usually soak my peas like my beans, but I'm assuming should I soak the peas, and then put them in the pot? Well, no. So get the neck bone started or the ham hock started, and then chop up some onions and throw them down in there and get them going. And then I don't know, some. Do you put garlic in it? I would imagine maybe not garlic. I don't know. But after that gets good and going, then put in your water and get it boiling, and then throw in some beans. A bay leaf. Yes, I should have known the bay leaf. I might have made them before because I know I put a bay leaf in something. My mom is good for cooking with bay leaf. Y'all, when we lived in Jerusalem, we had a tree. We had a tree like that. The bay leaves just grew right on the tree, and they were huge. They weren't like this. They were massive. Anyway, though. Okay, so you said you smoke turkey leg, boil it, and take it off the bone. Throw in some diced onion and garlic and a bay leaf. Okay. So and then you put peas go in last. Soak them overnight so they cook faster. Do they split though? Because isn't it something where your peas shouldn't split open? I don't know. Something. How do you do it? I'm so distracted now, y'all. I love this lipstick on me. Mm. They don't split. Okay. And how long does it take to cook them? And then you put salt and pepper and what else do you put in there? I keep unplugging my phone. I'm waiting for Lisa to respond. Anybody else make black eyed peas? Y'all, I'm not gonna lie. So the person's house we're going to, they're white. And last year, Eric told me we were going to this event. And I was like, okay, you know, and I'm very used to being around people who aren't black, so that's not a big deal. But we went up in there and I was like, I was looking at the stove and I saw some peas and some greens, and I am so sorry. I saw peas and greens and cornbread, and I was like, okay, who made this? Who made this food? And then I remember we are in Texas, aren't we, y'all? Let me tell you about this food. It was so good, and I was just like, these are certainly not just black dishes. These are definitely Southern dishes. The Texas seems like a land all its own, not just like, I'm funny, thank you, Tanya, not just the South, but Texas. But listen, look at him. So this year I'm like, okay, yeah, we're going back to Summer's house. Okay, yeah. And we have some friends. You okay? I think Eric just hurt himself. He's chuckling. Okay, he's all right. We have some friends from Oklahoma, and I think the wife might be from Arkansas. I don't know, but hey, my girls, how you doing? Tiffany, right? Y'all, we went to the friend's birthday party, and his wife, he was like, I just told her I just wanted some macaroni and cheese and some collard greens and some, what else she made? Macaroni and cheese, collard greens, brisket. What else did she make? And cornbread. And I was just like, what? I don't, huh? And then I forgot where he was from. And then he was like, yeah, I'm an Oklahoma boy. My wife's from Arkansas. And I was like, oh, because they were good. Like it was good. Yolanda, I got it wrong this week. Sorry, Yolanda. Okay. Happy New Year to you. You did almost miss me because I was supposed to have got off here like 10 minutes ago. But I'm glad you're here. Okay, Lisa says if you put in salt before cooking, they will split. Oh, that goes with any beans. I didn't know that. Let me think back. So what do you mean? So you have to salt them after you turn it off or later into the cooking process? After you turn it off. And Bronco reading, I'm over here eating gumbo or freezing gumbo. Did you make it yourself? Bronco reading, and I won't say your first name unless you're comfortable with it, but do you make the gumbo yourself? You did? Oh, and you're freezing it instead of eating it? Oh, but New Year's is over for you, isn't it? Happy New Year! So not Tanya, I'm sorry. So Lisa, you don't salt them until after you're finished. I've never heard that. So I'll have to do that because I love making some great northern beans. Them things are so good. Okay, so I'm going to try that. That's a secret I didn't know. And here I am, 44. Excuse me. What time is it? 6:40. Okay. I keep watching the clock because I want to be sure to be ready to go on time. What are you guys talking about? We're talking about food, of course. Always talk about food. I was talking about the fact that we're going to a party tonight, and Eric made some items for it. The lady was making macaroni and no, she was making greens and cornbread and she asked if no, she was making greens or something else, and she laid out a list of things for people to bring, and she said, who would like to bring the black eyed peas? Would anybody like to bring cornbread, some desserts, and some appetizers? So Eric was like, well, since they're having black eyed peas and collard greens and cornbread, I'm going to make macaroni and cheese because that fits. And so then he got fancy with it and decided to make macaroni and cheese bites. So I was just showing everybody the macaroni and cheese bites that he made that are like these kind of bite size macaroni and cheese cups. But they're not in cups. He baked them in a cupcake pan, the little ones. And he had like crushed Ritz crackers on the bottom with these bougie macaroni and cheese. It's just ridiculous, but they're delicious because I've already had some. So then we started talking about how to cook macaroni, and not macaroni, how to cook black eyed peas, because Lisa was saying she knows how, she was talking about that she's making some, and I don't know how to make them. So I was asking. Let's see. Lisa says the meat will give them enough salt and flavor during the cooking. For real? Okay. Well, I might have to just do that next time. Not do a whole lot of salting, and then see if the meat, whatever meat I choose, salt some. I like to use a ham hock because then you get some good eaten meat off of it too. But a turkey leg, a salted turkey leg, could work. See, you're an hour behind. That is how I almost missed you. Oh, okay. So it's already after. It's already almost 8 your time. It's definitely almost 7 my time. And some of my viewers, it's already 2018. That's weird. Eric is secretly a chef. He's absolutely a chef. Yep, he is the chef. Just a taste. Yep, she was right. That's how my grandmother did it. But as far as the salt goes, 1:44 a.m. Oh, Happy New Year to you. Like for real, Happy New Year to you. Did y'all have a celebration? Did you watch fireworks? How did you do it, Brown Girl Reading? Did you just kind of watch on TV? Lisa says you used to use ham hocks back in the day. Okay, Brown Girl Reading says nope. You just kind of sitting there chilling. Oh, it's 12 o'clock. Happy New Year. That's so cool. Somebody watching is in the new year and we're over here in the old year. You're in the baby new year and we're in the grandpa year. Just made a nice gumbo and stayed home. Do your kids enjoy gumbo? Because have y'all lived there through most of their lives? I'm just curious. I guess I've never asked that. 7:45 in New York. Yep, because it's 6:45 here in Texas. They love it. Awesome. Do they know how to make it? I'm curious. And can you get all the ingredients there? No, they don't know how to make it? Okay. Are the ingredients easily accessible? I need to learn how to make it. No. When I say I need to learn how to make it, that means Eric needs to learn how to make it so I can eat it. Thank you. Thank you for the love. My girl says, I hope. Yolanda says, I hope, Eric, Kalani, and Josh have a good time at the party. Oh, and me as well. We will. It's easy, Brown Girl Reading. You know, I'm giving you that look. Because cooks say it's easy to non-cooks. And non-cooks are like, so how much, salt do I need to use? And cooks are like, just a pinch. And non-cooks are like, so how much salt do I need to use? Lisa says, I saw a New York greeting from Australia. I saw a New Year's greeting from Australia this morning when I was just waking up. It's amazing. Isn't that something? Brown Girl Reading, you just need good spices. Thank you. You like my necklace? I was talking about this earlier. I bought this for my girlfriend. She sells paparazzi jewelry. And she had a sale about 3 weeks ago on Facebook. She was selling jewelry to raise money for a foundation, Lola Brown Foundation, which raises money for breast cancer awareness. A friend of ours, not former friend, but a friend of ours who passed away. They have a foundation in her honor, and she was selling this jewelry. The other friends. I will share the site. Matter of fact, I have her cards. Let me go get them right now for you. And she has some beautiful jewelry, y'all. I love it. Kiki, I'm giving you a shout out, girl. What card's at? You hear me moving all this stuff on my dresser? Yes, it's a mess. Do y'all know the business cards that were on the table?
Well, no.
What's that?
The business cards that I had on the table, I had like 5 or 6 business cards on the table a couple of days ago. Okay. It's called lovepeaceandbling.com. That's the name of her website, lovepeaceandbling.com. But I wanted to actually show you the card because she might have had like email information in there. Alicia Walker, lovepeaceandbling.com. Are y'all there? Are y'all there? I feel like I lost the connection for a minute. Hope y'all are still there. I got this from her. I also got this from her, this necklace. I actually have vlogged this stuff. I just haven't put it up yet. I'm back. Okay, good. I got like a pearl necklace set from her. I got a bunch of beautiful stuff from her, y'all. I'm pulling them out of my drawer. I have them all stashed in my drawer because I was feeling kind of fancy with them in the bags. No, and I just wanted to stash them in there. I don't know. That's special of me, but I did. So you're going to be here with me, so I'm going to show you what I got with my messy dressing in the background. Don't judge me, please. I've seen people come for other YouTubers because like parts of their house were messy, and I was like, you need to just get off their channel and leave them all the way alone because people live real lives. So don't come for me. I don't think y'all will, but Tanya, it's 10 degrees here and I need that sweater. Just saying. Ooh, 10 degrees? It's like 20 here. And I have a t-shirt on underneath and leggings underneath my jeans. Okay, here's one of the pieces that I bought. Doing this with one hand is a little tricky. This is flipped in and it shouldn't be, but there. There's one piece that I bought with matching earrings. These are the earrings. Ooh, -4. The devil is a lie. No, ma'am. Let me move this tape. I had to tape up something yesterday and I just haven't cleaned it off yet. Okay. And then I was sick, so the humidifier is still open back there. Y'all, my dresser is a mess. Oh. Let me turn this way. No, but then the lighting's no good. Let me turn this way. Y'all just gonna have to see it. I got this. Just like turquoise and like a kind of, what is that color? Pewter? And then matching earrings. Thank you. I love them. I got, oh, somebody's out there having a good time. I got this. It's like pearl and clear crystal. This kind of reminds me of my grandma. And here's the earrings that go with that. I got, y'all, that package back there is from Miriam and Hunter, Miriam Strip for Life. She sent me a bunch of seeds last week, like just tons of seeds. And I was like, that is prophetic. And I received that in Jesus' name. I got this. I love this one. This is one of my favorites. But the earrings are really big, so I'm going to have to hold it out of the way. Oh, what'd you say? You had to refresh? Okay. Yes, Lisa, real statement pieces. I told y'all, I just wish I had a little bit more going on up here because I like those pieces of jewelry that like sit up on you, you know, and I don't have a whole lot for it to sit up on, but I like those kinds of pieces of jewelry. Okay, let me see. I can't get this one to straighten itself out, but I love this one.
Showing off again.
I am.
You know your panties drawer is open in the back.
No, nobody saw that. You didn't have to say nothing.
It was wide open. You had the camera tilted down. It looked like it was on the screen. I think it was on the screen.
It wasn't on the screen, but y'all looking at my drawers in the of my underwear, my drawers. I was letting them see the horribleness of the dresser, but this is life. There's even, is that a toilet? Yeah, whatever. Look at this one. I love this.
You have so many other wonderful characteristics that we just put up with these things.
I'm not even listening to you right now.
What?
Aren't these pretty?
You know what I said?
Yes, we just put up with these things, but I'm not always messy.
I didn't say you were always missing.
Okay.
Just when you are. We love you for so many.
We're talking about
other
my
reasons,
jewelry right now.
which is sparkle-tastic.
Isn't this beautiful? I got to show y'all that with this hand because I love it. Oh, oh. And then what else? I'm doing this one-handedly. Meanwhile, y'all over here talking about the weather. Go to Starbucks and order a medicine ball, extra hot, and drink on it at the party. Well, I'm not sick anymore. I just haven't put away the medicine. But thank you. I'll have to remember that. This one. This also reminds me of my grandma. I love it. This is like the gold and clear one. There's the earrings for that. This is my absolute favorite. I almost wore this today, but I didn't. I changed my mind at the end. But I love this one. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I love this one. I love it. It's all like how it sparkles and just, love it. And here are the earrings that go with that one. This has a big set of earrings. The others are relatively small, but this one has a big set. And then this one I really love too, but I have not worn it yet. This is probably my second favorite. If I can get the bag open. Ciao, right? Thank you. You said, yes, Tanya, wear those pieces, girl. Here is the last one. Boom. Oh, oh. Isn't that pretty? See the three colors? Like the center is a darker, like a darker grayish, almost like brushed steel. And then there's a lighter silver and then the pearl. I love this jewelry. Y'all, these pieces were $7 each. That's what you heard. I said $7 each. That's what you heard. That's what you heard. And here's the earrings that go with that one. They drop. They're not like high up like that. They're just kind of turned up on the cardboard right now. But yeah, that's what I said. $7. Paparazzi jewelry. It is. I don't know. It's the brand that my girlfriend sells. And her company is called Love, Peace, and Bling. Her store, her online store is called lovepeaceandbling.com. Let me stop showing y'all my really messy dresser. Oh, lovepeaceandbling.com. How do they like my pieces?
Of course they do.
They're nice, beautiful ombre pearl. That's right, ombre. That's what that is. Thank you, Tanya. Tanya says, nice collection. Yolanda says, yes, Tanya, wear those pieces, girl. That blue one is the color that you love. Isn't that blue pretty? So thank you, y'all. So this was the first one I ordered, and I was just like, oh my gosh, that's so nice. I like that. So it's winter time, and I have all these heavy collars right now that I'm not, the necklaces don't show as well, but I'm like, this is a special occasion, and I'm wearing this because it's a party, and I wore this to church. I'm wearing it to the party tonight, and I just love it. I think it's really pretty and fun, and I'm definitely a fidgeter. I'm so sorry because I know that's making a lot of noise. Let me get this out of the way here. But yeah, I'm definitely a fidgeter, and so this gives me something to play with, and it's just pretty. Look at that. It's just so pretty. And they're light. This is all my hair. I was talking about that earlier. This is all my hair. I twisted my hair last night. It took about 7 hours. I did like 5 hours of it yesterday and 2 hours the night before. It's all me. You love my hair. It is the most. Thank you. I love it too. You'll have to go back and watch this video, what I was talking about earlier. I was so pleased when I saw the length, how much it's grown. And I mean, I feel like I've generally had pretty good length, but it really took off. So I'm really proud. Okay, y'all, it is almost 7, and I heard Eric giving the kids the 20-minute warning. We're going to be leaving soon. So I'm going to have to go. But thank y'all for being with me. Thank you for appreciating the jewelry. I am going to try to put a link in the description bar for my friend's webpage, a link for you guys to lovepeaceandbling.com. Alicia Walker is her name. And I am really annoyed because I have like 5 business cards from her. I'm just not satisfied yet. Let me just try. Let me just try to see because I want to actually show you and hold it on the screen for a minute. But our house still kind of upside down from Christmas. I'm still looking for the business cards. Nobody saw them for real? There were little black business cards that were on the dining room table. Yeah, there were a bunch and they were right here on the table.
I think they got moved. But where to? I don't know.
They did get moved. And we really like have just have not reorganized since Christmas. So I don't know if your like living room area.
What are they?
They're little business cards from Kiki
Thought I put
from when
them
she
right
sent me the
here.
jewelry. Yeah, that's what I thought, but I don't see them. You know, we rearranged. There they are,
Hey,
honey.
see? It's because I'm your knight in shining armor.
It's because you're my knight in shining armor. Hey, can you shut the door, please? Thank
Yeah,
you.
we're leaving in 15 minutes.
Yes, you see, I got the 15-minute warning.
We're going to leave in 20.
Okay, did y'all hear that? He, he's the countdown guy. Let me give you the time frame so you know how soon we're leaving so I don't have to be upset. And I have to confess, he still sometimes ends up upset because we're not always that punctual. We should be, but we're not. Okay, plugging in my phone again. Then I'm going to show you Alicia's card. Okay, here we go. So, paparazzi, independent consultant. Can you see that? Okay, I want to lay it down on my bed. Maybe this will be better. There we go. Paparazzi, independent consultant, accessorize, invite, become. Alicia Walker. There's her number, 95589. I think it's her consultant number, maybe. Blinging towards empowerment. Yes, girl. And her page is www.lovepeaceandbling.com. www.lovepeaceandbling.com. 404-944-1704. 404-944-1704. And the email address is lovepeaceandbling@gmail.com. Paparazzi Independent Consultant. Okay, so that's her information. She sent me a bunch of cards. You found her site? Yes, prices start at $5. $7 for the event, and that was a little bit more because she was wanting to put some toward the fundraiser. So they're normally like $5. She has a lot of nice pieces on her site. So check it out. You will not be disappointed. I have not been, at least I don't think you will, you know. I think you should check it out and see. Yeah. $5 for pieces. These I paid 7 for each one of these. My mom sent me some money for my birthday with a note that said, "Do not spend this on anybody else but you." So, so I used that money to buy this jewelry for myself, and I think that you will like it. But I've got 15 minutes to get ready to go or get myself situated in the right mental space. So I'm gonna let y'all go now. Yes, yes, Yolanda, go and check out her site, please. Check it out. If you when you check her out, tell her that that I sent you, okay? Because I would love her to know that people are coming her way because I shared her jewelry on my page. So let her know that I sent you. There's not like a discount or anything like that, but I just would love her to know that old friends are supporting each other. Okay. All right, guys. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. I feel like you're my friends in my head from across the world. Take care of yourselves. Have a good New Year. Be safe. Be wise. If you're having some sips tonight, make sure you have a designated driver. Be good. Do what you should. God bless y'all. May your new year be full of the richness and blessings of our Lord, and let his steps guide you and direct you, and let him guide and direct you and order your steps. Thank you, Brown Girl Reading. Go on and freeze your gumbo and head to bed if that's where you're heading. Happy New Year's. I love y'all. I love y'all. And take care, okay, guys? I will see you. You'll get a vlog this week, and then I'll see you next year. I can't say that I'm not gonna turn this on and probably vlog a little at the turning of the new year, because I may do that. We'll see. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. Love you. Bye.